Here's an update from the KSHB 41 Weather Center. All right, 4th of July weekend is here. Is it going to rain or not? Well, the answer is yes on both counts. There are some days where there's a chance, there's one day with a really decent chance, other days with not much of a chance. Now, when we look at rainfall over the last 30 days, I keep talking about this. I don't want to keep talking about this, but there is a zone that just has seen the low amounts of rain, and that is along and south of I-70 in Kansas City. Now, 3 to 4 inches of rain, not bad over the last 30 days. Average is 5 to 5.5, and most of that rain occurred in one day early in June. So I think it was on June 5th or something. So it has really dried out. If you haven't grabbed the sprinkler, then your yard is probably getting on the brown side. And there, Leavenworth, Lansing, almost 5 to 10 inches of rain. And then when you look farther out, northwest Missouri, which was dry until June, well, they got taken care of. 6 to 10, even 12-inch rainfall amounts. So these are radar estimated totals. Your rain gauge may read different. And then from Emporia to Clinton, Missouri, southward has been pretty good. And the zone in the southern part of the city extends up into northeast Kansas and out towards Marshall there and just north of Sedalia. So don't necessarily want to rain on the 4th of July weekend, but as long as it doesn't interfere with activities. So no rain today. It's just hot and humid. And then no rain tonight. And then we go into tomorrow, Friday morning, neighborhood parades in many areas looking pretty good. Partly cloudy, warm and humid. In the afternoon, an isolated thunderstorm is possible, or a shower if you're out and about in the lakes or pools. Keep an eye to the sky. Then on Friday evening, fireworks time. It should be great. Temperatures from the 80s dropping to the 70s. There's quite a line of thunderstorms out west, as we are tracking a disturbance. And that thing is going to get here on Saturday. Saturday is the day with the best chance of rain. However, they'll be scattered around. Some areas will get some downpours, others will get sprinkles or nothing. And that'll be off and on through the day. So, and then that moves off, and by Saturday night at midnight, you can see it's off to our east. Sunday, you might get an isolated thunderstorm, but most of the day is dry, but extremely humid. Probably the most humid of the season so far. And Sunday night, that is the best chance to have thunderstorms as a complex comes out of Nebraska and Iowa and heads our way for Monday morning. So we will keep an eye on that. How much rain are we expecting? And then it moves off there on Monday. How much rain are we expecting? Well, normally I'd say, well, this is unlikely with the rain west and east of us, but it's kind of been doing that a lot. We've seen rain come in from the west, fall apart, and reform to the east, and it's really been doing that south of I-70. So most areas should see a 1/10 to a 1/2 inch. 2 to 4 inches there, northeast Kansas and Nebraska. Now, could this change? Absolutely. But it would be good to see evidence that it can change before we actually go for it, because this has been happening a lot, especially south of I-70. So most areas should see a 1/10 to a 1/2 inch. You need 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain per week to keep the yard green. And south of I-70 there, we'll see about that. But Sunday night there's a chance, and you can get some nice downpours on Saturday, but we've been in this pattern for the last 6 weeks where it just will not rain much. A lot in the Kansas City area, but mostly south of I-70. But there's been areas that have had some decent rain. There's been a strange rainfall pattern. So for today, hot and humid. Tonight, warm and humid, dry. 4th of July, hot and humid. Low 70 to 75, high around 90. Can't rule out an isolated afternoon thunderstorm, but it looks great for fireworks time as temperatures drop from the 80s to the 70s. Then on Saturday, that's the day with the best chance of rain. 60% chance. Most areas will see some rain, but many areas may not see much rain. And probably south of I-70, and hopefully it'll get raining so I don't have to talk about it anymore. Then on Sunday, very humid. Can't rule out a thunderstorm during the day, but the best chance really is Sunday night. And when you look at the Super 10-day forecast, if you miss the rain, there are many, many chances. 1 or 2 of those is bound to hit the dry areas. So we'll just take it one day at a time. Also, what you see on there, no high heat, no big heat waves seen at this time. It could be a lot hotter this time of year. So we're doing pretty, and it could be a lot drier too in more areas. So we're doing pretty good. Have a great 4th of July weekend, a safe one. Please do not drink and drive. There is a drunk driving warning in effect in memory of all those who have been injured or killed in drunk driving accidents and texting while driving accidents. Nathan McDuffie was one of those over 35 years ago. So please do not drink and drive or text and drive. Have a happy and safe 4th of July weekend. Stay healthy.